what happened? Oh, I saw he was asked about Nate Diaz. You saw that? That's all I saw.
Jake Paul.
What else? Oh, he was asked about Jake Paul. I didn't see that one.
Did you see the video I posted in the Discord as well? Speaking of Jake Paul, so there's a Rockman, right? Jake Paul's
the guy he's fighting.
Opponent. I saw some sparring footage. I didn't see the sparring footage before. I've seen him spar live. It was like,
you said it was all right.
He was okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we saw his last fight where he got finished. But now I had him. Now I'm like, hey, Jake Paul's gonna beat him. Because now, I mean, he's going to beat Jake Paul. I just think he was going to beat Jake Paul because he's, you know.
Actually a boxer.
He's actually a boxer that can box.
With years of experience.
You know. But then I saw the sparring footage of both of them sparring.
Oh, of Jake Paul and?
Yeah.
And it was not good?
And I saw some other sparring footage of Rockman. But
Where
also, that was
it?
older sparring footage. When I saw him spar, he didn't look like that.
Right.
And that was maybe 2 months ago.
No, that was more than 2 months ago because you were preparing for your fight.
So like
You
3
fought in
months
May.
ago, maybe.
We're going 4 or 5 months ago.
Maybe.
All right.
At least.
The sparring punch, that sparring
your
had to
fight
have
was
been
3 months ago.
All right, but that sparring that I saw had to have been a couple years ago or some shit. You know what I mean? Originally. So I think I'm gonna change my pick on that. I'm going with Jake Paul.
You think Jake Paul wins and finishes him?
I don't know, because I'm watching them sparring sessions and I was like, hold on, dog. I'm like, hold on. Let's reassess this because he's not. I think that. So here's my thing. Jake Paul has been doing such a good job of handpicking the guys that he's fighting. Right. He's doing, and also there's a lot of shit that he's doing where they're not
stipulations.
Where it's not allowed to weigh in and rehydrate over a certain amount. And like a whole bunch of other little bullshit. But that's a different story.
So you're saying he's designing it so he most likely will win.
Will win for sure.
Yeah.
But also, what I'm also thinking is I think that Jake Paul has been doing this for how long now? It's been a couple years, right?
I would say, yeah.
It's been a couple years. Now, with the type of money that he has and the resources, how long are we just going to look at this dude and say, oh, he's a YouTuber? He's just a YouTuber and someone's going to beat him and someone's going to beat him. Yeah. Meanwhile, we're all talking about that consistently. If he's truly dedicating his life to boxing,
Which I think he is,
and actually putting in the work, I think the time has passed. I think he might actually be getting better. We haven't seen him since the last fight.
I mean, he's definitely serious about this, yeah.
He's going to be putting in the work to actively get better. So
he has the money to get the access to the best of the best.
You know what I'm saying?
Nutrition, coaching.
So we're just going to sit back and just say for years now, it's been about 2-3 years, right?
Right.
And we're all and every year we're just going to, every time he fights, we're going to be like, oh, he's just a YouTuber. At this point, we got to keep it a beat. For me personally, how I see him, even boxing takes a long time to master, right? But my thing is, I see him as a good amateur. I still don't even think he's pro level yet, in my opinion. I think he's a good amateur. I think he's a solid amateur. Like, you send him to the Metros or the Gloves, I think he'd do okay. You know what I mean? Not to say that I think he'd win, but I think he'd do okay.
He'd hold his own.
He'll hold his own. But I don't think he's a elite level boxer. But I do think that he's getting better. And I do think that after watching Rockman, I think that he may be on a similar level to Rockman. But Rockman has a ton of experience and knows how to do it. But he's not elite. Right. He's not elite.
You got a first-time chat from Billy O'Toole. He said, Hasim said Jake wouldn't let him use his right in sparring.
I heard that. That's
weird.
I heard because he likes to switch. He's not even primarily a righty, a southpaw.
Who, Hasim?
Yeah, he's not. Right? He's not. But he switches stances back and forth. He's ambidextrous in his stance. He's bistantial, as Adesanya would say.
But I know, I hear what you're saying about Jake Paul had time to actually get good. And like we said, he got the money to get access to the best of the best on all levels. But then if Hasim has been working for a year for his life.
Yeah, it's true.
That's also like, okay, of course he also has to. He has been.
But also, listen, I'm not saying this to discredit Jake Paul in any kind of way. I want y'all to know this because I believe that Jake Paul is good for boxing. And I think what he's doing is actually good. You know, it's pretty good. It's good business. And I think people should learn from that as far as, advertising yourself and building your own audience outside of combat sports as a fighter. Unfortunately, your fighting is not enough, right? Unfortunately. But that's another story. But I think that he's he's doing exactly what every other boxer does.
Pass
Your
the
favorite
records.
fighter, your favorite fighter, my favorite fighters, all of our favorite fighters, what they do when they were 5-0, they were fighting cab drivers.
Give me the cans, yeah.
The problem is that Jake Paul is such a star outside of fighting, and now he's deciding to fight, is that it's taking place on a grand stage. So we're all seeing him go through the process of becoming a fighter.
It's
you know what I'm saying? It's
publicizing the come up.
publicized the come up. You see what I'm saying? And he's in a position where he can just say, and also if he loses, it's a win-win situation for him.
Right.
He's
I'm
so
new to this.
successful.
Yeah.
He's so rich, whatever. He has that built-in excuse of like, hey, if I do lose, I am new to this because everyone keeps saying, hey, he's just a YouTuber. He's not just a YouTuber.
Right. He'll go with that narrative.
He can run with that narrative, or he can just say, guess what? I did something great. I shook up the world of boxing, and I'm not even a boxer.
And I'm paid.
Y'all should learn from me and walk away.
Right.
And he's a
it's
troll
win-win
on
for
top.
him.
It's a win-win
He
for
is.
him. And he'll just troll on top. He's like, yo, y'all let me, a little YouTuber, come here and shake this shit up like that? Y'all suck. Imagine. All right?
I could easily see that happening now.
And it's just like, and if I lose, it's like, hey, yeah, I'm done. But guess what? Y'all still suck. I may go do MMA now.
Imagine.
Right?
Holy fuck.
Maybe, and he'll just tease it. Probably not. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was like, yo, it's a win-win situation for him. 100%.
There's no doubt about that. And he's still going to have all eyes on him regardless
Yep.
of his